journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say na 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 the ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six, or will it be a four? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the claps run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
Welcome to game number 2 on the Super Saturday for the Insurance Premier League Season 12. This is the Challenger Series where we have Emirates Insurance led by Prasad and Nasco led by Biju. We have the match officials with us. Biju will flip the coin. Prasad will do the calling. Tails is the call. Heads it is. Biju, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We'll bat first.
Last week you had a washout. You must be felt that you could have had a game and get 2 points. Instead you just landed with 1. What has been the message to these boys in this all-important clash for you?
Yes, definitely. It's not we've not had a good start yet, so we definitely wanted to get some game time in our pocket. But because we have 2 crucial games coming up where we would like to get all the points, so let's see. At least winning the toss is a good start because we've not won the toss till date, so it's a good start.
Okay, and what sort of a score do you want to put up on this score? The wicket's pretty good for batting out here.
Yes, it depends on the boys as well. We need to get some partnerships in. Hopefully anything above 170, 180 should be good for us to defend.
And you all the best, and we'll see you in action very soon. Prasad coming forward for his side. Happy to bowl first?
No other option, isn't it? So we have to bowl now. I think last match was good enough to chase 160. So let's see. Looking for a good start with the wickets.
And what sort of score do you want to put them down to?
Well, I'm looking at 140 because 160 we lost in 1 run last match. So anything less than 150 should be easy for us.
And message to the boys that you all fought hard, quite there, but in the end just short by a run here and there.
Yeah, that sort of results happened, isn't it? We were thinking that we will win the last match, but we were just fell short of 1 run. Hopefully we can do better today, and the result will be on our side.
Anyway, thank you for that, and that's the news from the centre. Toss won by Biju, and he's elected to take first strike. Action coming up. Stay tuned and stay blessed. Thank you. Welcome. This is the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12, the Challengers battle between Emirates Insurance Company and Nasco. Nasco captain Biju winning the toss, electing to take first strike on the sunny morning. Varun taking strike, and he got a single of the first ball off the bowling of Imran towards long off, brings Daryl on to strike, the left-hander. Prasad, who's also keeping wickets for the team, just maneuvering his fielders around. It's a left and right combination to start. Now the full toss towards the man at short covers, no run there. Imran making sure he bowls it up to the batsman. He was dipping the ball, so not much that Daryl could do much about. Again, this one playing it towards point, and the batsman crossover for a quick single. So Daryl off the mark. Score moves on to 2. Both these teams desperate for a win to enhance their chances of making it to the finals. Emirates Insurance lost their first game last week by just 1 run against Lockton. Varun plays it towards the man at gully, and they take a single. 2 balls left in the over. Score moves on to 3. Imran bowling to Daryl. This time down leg side will be called a wide. Good take by the wicket keeper. Moving to his right, the blind side, if you can say. Score moves on to 4. Late cut towards the man at gully. By the time the fielder fields, Varun was off the blocks immediately, gets a single. Score moves on to 5. One more ball left in the over. Onto the pads, plays it towards fine leg, short fine leg. The fielder misfields that, and now has to chase the ball towards the boundary. 2 runs completed. 7 of the first over. 7 for the loss of no wicket. Varun on 4 of 3. Daryl batting 2 of 3. On 1 extra to the total. Over number 2, Fawad the bowler. Right arm around to the left-hander. Starts off with a wide. Score moves on to 8. Very important for the bowlers to hit their straps right away. Keep the line and length and keep continuing. Consistency is what is lacking at this juncture, where teams do things the right way in brilliance. As he bowls this one up to the batsman, Daryl just a bit late in playing the ball. Nonetheless, it's a dot ball, so score remains on 8. Onto the pads, plays it towards the mid-wicket region. Short mid-wicket comes around, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 9, brings Varun on to strike. Again, this one down the leg side. This is what I was talking about. Bowling on both sides of the wicket. There's a left-right combination, understandable. But again, you need to know which side are you going to bowl. Score moves on to 10. One more extra. 3 extras already in the innings so far. We're just in the second over of the game. Up to the batsman, plays it towards the gully region. A single taken. Takes the score on to 11. For no loss. Onto the pads. Again another wide. We'll have to re-bowl this one. For the loss of no wicket. 1.3 overs completed. This time slightly short. Plays it straight to the man at short cover. No run there. Seven balls already bowled in this over. Make it 8 balls and only 4 have been counted. So you'll have to re-bowl these 2 balls left. Score 13 for the loss of no wicket. 4 wides in this over so far. Much better. This time cuts this one towards gully. There's a misfield there. The batsman complete one and come back for the second quite easily. 2 more runs added. Takes the score on to 15. With 1 ball left in the over. Nearly yokes himself with that. End of the over. 15 for no loss at the end of 2. Darrell batting 5 of 8. Varun batting 5 of 4. And 5 extras in the innings. First ball, the ball racing away towards the cover boundary. The fielder just missing out on saving the boundary. 4 runs to the total. Varun moves on to 9. Score moves on to 19. ऑरेंज वाला नहीं है 19 for 1. Starts off with the boundary of the first ball. Pressure on the bowler. Varun drives this towards the man at short cover, no run there. In the air, over the man at mid-wicket, the ball racing away towards the mid-wicket boundary. Fielder there comes around and keeps it down to 2 runs, takes the score on to 21. Takes Varun into double figures. He's now 11 of 7. Chaim drives it down the ground, past the man at mid-off. No chance for Fawad. All he can do is just run up to the boundary and collect the ball back. Score races to 25. And he moves on to 15. Ten runs coming off this over so far. Another couple of balls. This time will be a wide. So one more run added. Score moves on to 26. Another wide. So pressure on Imran, who's trying to keep the ball away from Varun, but at the moment has given away 2 more wides. So 12 runs have come off this over so far. On the legs, probably going down leg side. The umpire not interested, and Varun was already standing outside the crease. Was walking into the stroke. Lucky for him that it struck him outside the line. Last ball of the over. Drives this towards long off. The fielder there from mid off had been sent back after the boundary. End of the over. 28 for the loss of no wicket. सेम अंपायर से कंटिन्यू करते हैं, वैसे भी उनको वहाँ भेजते हैं, यहाँ भेजते हैं. पूछा तो बोला उनका ECB का मैच है. Fawad to start over number 4, 28 for Nolas. Varun batting 16 of 10 with 2 boundaries to his credit. Drives this down the ground. Prasad making sure he has his fielders in the right place. He's moved his mid-off and mid-on back to his long-on and long-off. Brings Darrell on to strike. Wouldn't be a bad idea if he brings the long mid-off and mid-on up the circle and invite Darrell to play down the ground rather than playing square. He fancies the square, but he doesn't mind these extra runs giving. Prasad missing the ball, allows the wide and an extra wide run to be run. Takes the score on to 31 with that wide. Whips this towards the short mid-wicket area. The fielder there. But a single completed nonetheless. Takes the score on to 32. Again, down leg side. Difficult take for the keeper. The ball stopping just inside the fine leg boundary. By the time the fielder takes 3 wides added to the total. Fawad this time onto the pads again, plays it towards the long leg boundary. The ball races the way there for 4 more. Score moves on to 38. Takes Darrell on to 13 of 11 with that boundary. Sorry, takes him to 9 of 10. Takes the score on to 38. Run rate about 10 runs and over. It's a healthy run rate. Down the ground, plays it down towards the fine leg boundary for 4 more. Now takes him on to 13 of 11. Takes the score on to 42. Fawad has gone for 20 runs of the 1.5. He's been guilty of giving away 2 boundaries and quite a few extras. Again, pitching this on leg, but Darrell missing out on that opportunity to score. Ends the 4th over at 42. Darrell batting 13 of 12 with 2 boundaries. Varun batting 18 of 12 with 2 boundaries. And Fawad 2 overs, 20 runs, no wicket. Jay coming as first change, replacing Imran. Right, I'm over, gives Varun a single to start. Score moves on to 43. Darrell playing it off his legs towards the fine leg area. Both the batsmen come back for two more. Okay, pitching it on middle and leg. Allows Darrell to just fine glance that one towards the fine leg area. Misses this one. Will go as a run. Will wait for the umpire's signal. Been given of the bat. It was an inner edge that missed Prasad and the stumps. Who moves on to 46. Plays it from outside the off stump towards the mid wicket area. The man at short mid wicket was unable to cut it off. 4 runs to the total. 50 coming up. 50 for the loss of no wicket. And 4.4. Varun contributing 23 of 14. And Darrell contributing 15 of 14 balls. Have a look at that. Tossed up delivery. Goes on down on one knee. Pitches from outside the off stump. The man at short mid wicket trying to stop it with his leg, but in the end giving away that boundary. The next one for a single to take the score on 51. With the last ball of the 5th over coming up. Plays it in the air towards the mid-wicket area. The fielder there at deep mid-wicket keeps it down to a single. 52 for no loss at the end of 5. An expensive over of 9 runs comes to close. change the bowling. Double change. Sai Prasad, the captain, bringing himself on. Darrell on strike. Tossed up delivery, but bowling a wide, so we'll have to re-bowl that one. Score moves on to 53. Sai bowling with a lot of zip in his stride. Ends up bowling a full toss. Can't make much use of it. Is Darrell just make sure he gets a single, gets off strike, brings Varun onto strike. Trying to bring a bit of spring in his action so that he can and gets more revs as Varun plays this to a short cover. No run there. Trying to bowl to his field as much as possible and create a chance. Try to squeeze in a wicket or two here as Varun goes onto the back foot, plays it towards the long on region. The fielder there coming around. Fawad keeping it down to a single. 55 for no loss in 5.3. Asking for an LBW, but going down leg side. The umpire indicates that one's off the bat, so score moves on to 56. Last two balls of the power play, with the field restrictions being lifted after this, and you could have more fielders on the boundary line. Down the ground, and is that a stumping? The umpire says that it was a clean stumping, so Varun deciding to go upstairs. Comes on the ground, stumps that one, and Varun still inquiring whether that was out. बैट्समैन चैलेंज कर सकता है रिव्यू एक सेकंड चेक करता हूँ बैट्समैन को वेट करने बोलो नहीं ले सकता मोबाइल के ऊपर है नहीं चैलेंज कर सकता है तो बाहर चला जाए वेट कर रहा हूँ हाथ लगा उसका नो डाउट है हाँ हाथ लगा बुला ले उसको अंपायर ने मांगा नहीं ना नहीं बॉल साथ में नहीं है बॉल दूर है बॉल लग के दूर हो गई स्टंप पे गई ये स्टंप पे गई फिर नीचे आई है बॉल साथ में गया है स्टंप पे गया आउट है मैं वही देख रहा था बॉल नीचे गई है बट उसके हाथ ये स्टंप है ना तो उसका हाथ को लग के ऐसे जाके फिर नीचे गई है चलो डिसीजन सही है बट एक्चुअली वो चैलेंज कर सकते हैं उसके पास है वो चैलेंज रन आउट और इसका सिस्टम का लाइन चैलेंज है So the first wicket down, Shabbir, the man at number 3, coming in to replace Varun, who is stumped by Imran off the bowling of Sai. A chance of a catch, and that's been dropped. Could have been a double wicket at the end of the over, but Imran missed this one, and end of the over, 56 for 1 at the end of 6. ना ये बॉल इधर स्टंप पे लग रही है उसके साथ और फिर उसके हाथ
मुझे
उसके
ऐसा
हाथ से
नहीं,
चटी है
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है उसका
तो
हाथ
एक
लगा।
एक फ्लो में चला देख एक फ्लो में चला देख कैसे स्प्रे में बता देखो बॉल उसके हाथ में आई है ओके
हाथ से लगी,
हाथ
अब
से
निकल
लगी
गई।
हाँ
अब
निकल
नहीं
रही
है,
है देख 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 किधर
निकल
बॉल
गई।
किधर जा रही है साथ में जा रही है ग्लव्स के साथ उससे क्या किया बॉल को साथ में लिया और
बस
ऐसे
सही
लग
है।
के मरवा देते साले भैया एडिट करना पूरा बैठ के मालूम पड़ा तूने ऐसे ही खाली अरे क्या कर रहे हैं अरे किधर है Jay starts off with the one outside off stump. Darrell pushes this one through the gully region for two more. Takes the score on to 58. He moves on to 20. Partnered by Shabir, who's just coming at number 3. Lucky to survive that caught behind. Tucks this away towards short mid wicket. By the time he feeds off his own bowling, takes a single. Shabir this time is being caught behind. He's surprised. He felt there was no edge, but the umpire confirms that that's a wicket. So the second wicket down at the score of 59. Shabir caught by Imran for no score. He was lucky the last time he edged this one and Imran didn't hold, but this time Imran making sure he doesn't let that off his gloves. So 2 wickets in 2 overs brings Emirates Insurance back in this contest. Have a look at that. Floats this one, goes onto the back foot, cuts this one. That's a healthy edge, and Imran takes a surprise question by Shabir, but he has to walk back to the pavilion. Brings the captain Biju to the center. Jay bowling to Biju. Chops this one back towards the keeper. So good comeback by Jay, giving away 9 runs of the first over. Now comes back in the last 4 balls of this over. He's given away 3 runs and has taken the wicket of Shabir. Just settling into the this time. Biju playing it off his legs towards the man at mid-wicket for a single. He is off the mark with that single, takes the score on to 60, brings the left-hander back on strike. Darrell, who's just anchoring his innings right now, needs to make sure he plays long for his side. If they want to put up a competitive score, over the bowler's head. There's a man there at long off, keeps it down to a single. End of the over, 61 for 2 at the end of 7 overs. Over number 8, Prasad. The first ball, plays it softly towards silly mid-on, and they take off for a quick single. Takes the score on to 62, brings Biju on strike, facing his counterpart, Prasad. Plays it in the air towards the cover region. There's nobody down there at the cover boundary, and the ball wins the race. Score moves on to 66. First boundary for Biju, slightly short. He gets enough width to place it towards the cover boundary. And with the vacant extra cover region, that was always a boundary once it crosses the infield. 66 for 2. This time maneuvers it towards mid-wicket. The complete 1. Takes the score on to 67. It floats it in the air, short of the man at gully, and the even complete a single there. Takes the score on to 68, enticing Darrell to go over the top. He obliges, takes the outer of the bat, and just eludes the man at gully for a single. 68 for 2. Biju playing it back towards the bowler. Dot ball. 7.5 completed. Last ball of the 8th over. Plays it back to the bowler. End of the over, 68 for 2. Biju batting 6 of 6. Darrell batting 24 of 22. And Sai Prasad has gone for 11 runs in the 2 overs he's bowled and got the wicket of Varun. Over number 9 to begin. Jay continuing. Darrell tucking it off his hips towards the short square leg area. Gets a single. Takes the score on to 69. Brings Biju on to strike. This time much slower delivery. Plays it towards the left of short leg and takes another single. Takes the score on to 70. This time much faster, but he fancies the cut and the ball going towards the short third, but the fielder unable to stop that single. Score goes on to 71. One more run added, takes the score on to 72. 8.4 completed. Lofts us in the air towards the mid-wicket region and the catch is dropped out there. Allows the batsman to come back for 2. It was a tossed up delivery. The man stationed for that catch, but Darrell did what Jay wanted him to do, but not supported by the fielder. Last ball of the over. This time much quicker. Goes onto the back foot, plays it towards backward of square, gets a single. As we have a look at that dropped catch. He floated this one. He went for the drive on the up. The man at mid wicket drops a one. Prasad to continue. Daryl plays it, wanting to play it to a short leg and get up for a single, but his partner declines the same. 9.1 completed. 5 more balls before they go into the drinks break. Prasad slightly slower in the air. Plays it towards mid wicket. They get a single. Prasad continuing. Third ball of the over. Biju turning around and sending it to a short fine, but no run there. Prasad to continue. Again, Biju playing it towards short mid wicket. They complete one, and the ball races away towards the outfield. By the time the fielder comes, they take 2 more. .5 completed. 79 for 2. Last ball of the over coming up with the drinks break around the corner. Plays it down towards mid wicket for a single. Ten gone, 80 for the loss of 2 wickets. Over number 18 Faisal comes down the track, plays it towards the man at covers. By the time Fawad comes around to field, the batsman complete a double, takes the score on to 126. They need to make sure they cross the 150 mark. They're 128 for 4. 17 balls, anything in the range of 150 can be defended out here as Faisal comes down the track, plays it towards long off. Fielder there, keeps it down to 1. He now comes back for the second. Is there a chance of a run out? Yes, it is. And Faisal, in the quest of getting back the strike, throws Jagdish down the bus. And he's run out for 2 of 7. That was suicidal. The moment the fielder is all. Last ball of the over coming up, 132 for 5. Plays it towards short mid wicket. They take a single. End of over number 18. 133 for 5. Over number 19, Imran to bowl. 133. Akif on strike. Nearly chops this one onto stumps. Going towards the fine leg area. The complete one. And Faisal will retain strike. Takes the score on to 134. Comes down the track, takes it on the full, sends it towards the cover boundary, trying to field off his legs, but kicks it with the other one, and the ball goes to the boundary. Imran's not happy with that. Much needed boundary for Nasco. Have a look at that. Comes down the track, takes it on the full, he gets the width, plays it towards the cover boundary. Fawad doing well, stops it with his right leg, but in the end his left foot not helping the cause, and kicks that one into the boundary ropes, and 4 more runs to Nasco. Imran nearly yokes himself. They miss the ball, don't get for the single. Dot ball. .138 for 5. 18.3 overs completed. This time coming down the track, but Imran just making sure he allows him the single. They come back for 2. Chance of another run out, and this one's missed too, and they get 1 more run. Probably getting hit, Imran getting hit on the palm. Is that what he's suggesting? This one missing, and so does the keeper. Ball going towards the boundary, and they come back for 2 byes. So it's a case of quite a few misses by the players. Last ball of the 19th over, 142 for 5. Faisal is on 12 of 9. He's trying to get Nasco to a score of more 150 or more. They're just 8 runs away from that, and trying to get, comes down the track, plays it on the full, plays it towards square leg, completes one and comes back for the second. A misfield, and that'll go to the boundary. So gets the desired result. He wanted to come back for to take the strike, ends up getting a boundary. Score moves on to 146. Last over coming up, and Imran's 4 overs, 1 for 32. Last over, Prashant starts up with a dot. Faisal just asking whether that was a wide. Not to be. He's batting 16 of 10. He will want to take strike to the maximum. So Akif's job is just to make sure he gets bat on ball. They take a single and give Faisal the strike. That's what he does. Plays it towards square leg, and they complete a quick single. Imran, the fielder there, takes the score on to 147. More importantly, gets Akif onto strike to try to face most of the 4 remaining balls in the innings. Down the track, plays it towards long on, towards the right. The complete one. Faisal runs for the second, and his partner makes it back. Akif is the one. Got to make sure Akif needs to understand that Faisal gets most of the strikes, so he will have to try to maximize his running capabilities out here. Takes the score on to 149, takes Faisal on to 18 of 11. Down the track, a single taken. Do they come back for 2? No, they don't. So the 150 coming up in 19.4 overs with a couple of balls left in the innings. Akif on 4 of 5, Faisal 19 of 12. Plays it towards the bowler. They complete the single. Prashant fields the ball but unable to collect it. So Akif has done his bit. He's given 5 of 6. He gets off strike, giving Faisal the opportunity to face the last ball. How many more can they get? Can he get a boundary? Get it to 155 or more if possible. Need to get some runs. Every run counts here for them. As he comes on the track, plays it, and he gets a single. So the innings closes at 152 for 5. Faisal not out 20 of 12. Akif 5 of 6. As you have a look at the scorecard of Nasco, the captain Biju winning the toss, and he elected to take first strike. Scorecard नहीं है. चल छोड़ जान दे.
यही टीम है इस्लामिक.
हाँ नास्को नास्को नहीं इस्लामिक अरबिक नहीं.
44.
इसका बैक बटन नहीं चलता है ना. So have a look at the batting card. Nasco Varun Bangera stumped by Sumod off the bowling of Prasad for 25 of 18. Daryl LBW Unikrishnan 49 of 45. He was well on target for a 50 but missed the full one and got LBW. Shabir caught by Sumod off the bowling of Jay for not of 2 balls. Biju, the captain, bowled by Imran for 31 of 29. Jagdish Lakshman run out by Hamza and Prashant for 2 of 7. And then the cameo by Faisal, 20 of 13 balls, and Akif giving him company in the end for 5 of 6. 20 extras in the innings, taking the total to 152 for 5 in their allotted 20 overs. As we have a look at the bowling card and the fall of wickets. Fall of wickets, the first one at 56, second one at 59, third at 117, the fourth at 123, and the fifth at 129. 6 bowlers used by Sai Prasad. Imran 4 overs 32 runs, 1 wicket. Fawad 2 overs 20 runs, no wicket. Jai Vikram 3 overs 21 runs, 1 wicket. Sai, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs 21 runs, 1 wicket. Unni Krishnan 3 overs 26 runs, 1 wicket. And Prashant, an economical 4 overs 25 runs and no wicket. So 153 is what Emirates Insurance needs in their 20 overs against Nasco. Chase on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The chase underway for Emirates Insurance Company. They are chasing 153 in their allotted 20 overs. The openers now in the center. Sai Prasad, the captain, will take strike. Tahir, his partner, Shabir, is going to bowl the first over. Shabir to Sai plays it back towards the bowler. Misfield there allows the single to be taken. A wild throw, the keeper had to run to his right, but luckily for Varun, he missed that one. But Faisal at slip was the one who did the fielding. So 1 run to the total. And Sai is off the mark. Tahir on strike. Shabir the bowler. Down leg side will be called a wide. A wild stroke by Tahir doesn't get any connection, and the ball into the keeper's gloves. Tahir gets this towards the square leg fielder, and the ball racing away towards the boundary. First runs for him, first boundary of the innings. From the blade of Tahir, score moves on to 5. ओके कैमरा कौन सा वाला राइट साइड वाला ये वाला अच्छा अच्छा ओके अच्छा एक ही बार दबाना है ना score 10 for the loss of no 2 boundaries consecutive another single takes the score on to 11 4 balls up in the first over couple of singles, a couple of boundaries and a wide. In chance of a catch and it's been taken, so the first wicket down. Sai Prasad, the captain. Who's been caught. (11) for the loss of 1 wicket. The man Sai out caught at mid-off by Biju off the bowling of Shabir. New man at the sea, Sumod Sankar, coming in at number 3 at the fall of his captain's wicket, was out caught for 1 run. So I'm playing it straight to the man at mid-off. No run there. End of an eventful over. 11 for 1. Tire on strike. Darrell right arm over. Bats left-handed but bowls right-handed. One bounce into Varun's gloves. Huh? अंपायर को बोलना रिव्यू नहीं है क्योंकि एक कैमरा डिस्टर्ब हो चुका है.
रनआउट का भी नहीं है.
हाँ रनआउट का भी. 11 for 1. Tyre plays this up and about the man at covers. Ball just stopping in front of the boundary. They complete 1 run there. Hopeful that the ball had gone to the boundary, but it was just a single in the end. The shot was played well, but score moves on to 12. Sumod on strike. Onto the pads. Umpire unmoved. It's going down leg side. You can see Varun was also moving down the leg as soon as the ball was bowled. So that should have given an indication that that's going down leg side. No way that the umpire is going to give this. He was caught on the crease, but the ball was doing a little too much than hitting the sticks. So score remains on 12. Sumod yet to get off the mark. This time tucks towards square leg. They complete a single. The man from mid-wicket coming round to his right. Score moves on to 13. And brings Tyre on to strike, who's got a couple of boundaries. He missed out on one this over. The ball didn't touch the skirtings. And the second wicket down, Tyre completely missing that one and sees his stumps being broken. So the second casualty for Emirates Insurance. He's got to go back to the hut after making just 10 runs of 6 balls. So Darrell continuing with his good work when he got 49 in his while he was batting, and in his first over gets the dangerous Tyre out bowled. New man Hamza at the crease. Hamza Umar. Darrell deciding to change lines. He's coming from round the wicket. Not sure if that's a good idea. He had already got a wicket of the last ball. Bowling at this time, bowls round the wicket and starts off with a wide against Hamza. So what I was talking about, the moment you go round the sticks, you limit your options of getting a dismissal, and that too against a man who's just come to the crease. You got to back yourself up when you have a wicket of the previous ball. You just back it up by bowling within the same channel. This time opens the face of the bat, plays it towards the deep point area, the complete one, come back for the second. Score moves on to 16. At the end of 2 overs, 16 for the loss of 2 wickets. The men out, Sai Prasad was caught for 1 of 2 balls, and then Tahir was out, bowled by Darrell for 10 of 6 balls with 2 boundaries to his credit. Sumod on strike, Shabir to continue. Given away 11 runs of the first over he bowled, but got the wicket of the captain. Sumod playing it towards mid wicket. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single, takes the score on to 17. Hamza drives this towards point, chance of a run out. Had it hit the sticks directly, Hamza could have been in danger, but nonetheless he gets a single for that, takes the score on to 19. Rather, takes it to 18 with that single. Nasco fielders trying to back their bowlers up. They've already got 2 wickets in the power play, so they'll want more. As this time, Shabir trying a slower one, ends up bowling it down leg side. We called wide. Score moves on to 19. Drives this down the ground. Man at mid-off trying to stop it with his boot. Not a good idea. And in the end, misses that one, and the ball races away towards the boundary for 4 runs. Takes the score on to 23. It was pitched up, gets it onto the half volley, then drills it down the ground, and the man at mid-off wasn't there quite up to the field. So 4 more runs to the total, takes them to 23. Off the back foot, plays it towards the man at short covers, but by the time the fielder fields, they complete a single. Takes the score on to 24. Emirates Insurance will be looking for these two to stitch a partnership together and keep them on track. These runs are not the problem. It's those 2 wickets that they've lost in the first 2 overs. Will be a slight worrying factor. 24 for 2. They need then less than 8 runs an over. They're already at 8.47 in 2.5. So that's a healthy run rate to start off with. This one drives it towards the long off boundary. The fielder unable to cut it off. 4 runs added. Ends the over with a boundary. 28 for 2 at the end of 3 overs. Sumod now into... So Hamza this time got a boundary. So both these batsmen 7 each with a boundary each to their credit. Shabir 2 overs, 23 runs, 1 wicket. Darrell to continue his second over. Sumod plays it off his legs towards the man at deep mid wicket. They complete a single. Takes the score on to 29. Brings Hamza to strike. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12 being played here at the Al Malik grounds in Ajman, as Shabir fields it one, but by the time he fields, Hamza is already crossed over for a single. Takes the score on to 30. Sumod plays it back towards the bowler. Dot ball there. Down the leg side, plays it towards the man at long leg. There's nobody there, so 4 more runs to the total. Easy pickings for the man coming at number 3. The moment it was on his pads and with no protection, the ball was always going to make it towards the boundary. Takes the score on to 34. 34 for 2 in 3.4 overs. Onto the pads, and umpires unmoved. Again, this one's going down leg side. Sumod had just walked on a bit. Lucky for him that it was going down leg side. Takes the score on to 35. .35 for 2 in 3.5 overs. Last ball of the over. Again, going across him. No run there. End of 4 overs, 35 for the loss of 2 wickets. With Sumod batting 12 of 10 and Hamza batting 8 of 6. Farid comes into bowl over number 7 with the power play restrictions relaxed. Extra protection on the boundary lines now. We can have 5 fielders outside the 30-yard. Right arm leg spinner. Starts off with a wide tossed up delivery, but wavered. Sumod had all the time to size him up and play that big shot, but refrained from that. Happy to get that wide this time. Down leg side, Varun misses that one. The batsman crossover for a single. Called a leg by, so score moves on to 58. 95 of the remaining 13.5 overs. Full toss over the bowler's head and avoids the umpire as well and goes into the long on boundary for 4. Takes the score on to 62. Have a look at that, looping that one quite slow, picks a spot and straight as an arrow over the umpire's head and towards the boundary. 62. This time he bowls him. He shuffled around the crease. The ball came in a bit late, and in the end, Hamza is out bowled for 24 of 14. He was lining up for the big shot and then checked his stroke. Have a look at that. Lines up the big shot, then it was slow and decided to defend that one, but he had his second line of defense was nowhere close to the stumps, and in the end, it kisses the off stump and he is out bowled for 24 of 15 balls, 4 boundaries to his credit. This game is far from over. 91 runs more in 13.3, 81 balls to be precise, and 7 wickets in hand. Left-hander to the center, Mohammad Haider, coming in at number 5. Full toss, missed that one, and so did the keeper. Allows them to take a bye run, and more importantly brings Sumod on to strike. Sumod late cuts this one towards the man at point. No run there. Now a misfield allows that overthrow, that the run that they're looking for. One more run to the total takes the score on to 64. Last ball of the 7th over. Mohammad Haider on strike. He's on 1 of 1. Sumod is batting 18 or 17. Full toss, plays it towards the man at short cover. They take off for a single, completed easily. 65 for 7. An eventful over comes to an end. A boundary and a wicket out against the run of play is what Nasco were happy to get. Sumod batting 18 or 17 and Mohammad Haider batting 2 of 2. Faisal to continue to bowl now. Heather goes onto the back foot, plays it towards the man at point, deep point. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single, takes the score on to 66. Needing another 87 more of 12.5. Required run rate has dropped to less than 7 runs and over. Smooth on strike. Faisal bowling from round the wicket. Sumod sweeps this one towards the square leg boundary. There's the fielder there, one bounce, collects that well, making sure that he just allows that single to be taken, takes the score on to 67. And that's what is required from these fielders. They need to back their bowlers and try to limit the scoring opportunities to create that pressure. One run down the ground. Plays it towards the man at long on. They get a single. Again, going on the back foot, playing towards long on. Faisal missing that one. So the Shabir, the fielder there, he does the fielding there, keeps it down to a single. Takes the score on to 69. Asking for an LBW and he's been given. Impact right in front of the stumps and the umpire feels that's going to hit the stumps. So the fourth wicket down. Have a look at that. In front of the stumps, the ball's going to crash onto the middle and off. So Mohammad Haidar's innings comes to an end. He's out LBW. New man at number 6 is Fawad, who goes onto the back foot, plays it back to the bowler. So end of a very good over for Nasco. They gave away just 4 runs and got the wicket. In the last 2 overs, they managed to get 2 wickets to peg Emirates Insurance back. 84 required of the remaining 12 overs. That's not the concern. The concern would be that they've lost 4 wickets up front in 8 overs, putting the pressure on the middle order and the lower middle order. Farid gave away 8 runs. So 12 runs coming out of the last 2 overs and a couple of wickets just to balance this game. Try to tilt it more into the favor of Nasco. As Fawad bowls to Sumod, bowls down the leg side, will be called a wide. Good take by Varun down leg side. The hands moving right towards the ball, making sure he knows the height at which it's going to come towards him. full toss over waist height is called a no ball, and that will be a 6. That will release the pressure. Fawad trying to bowl it slow, and after the batsman ends up bowling a full toss, which is a beamer. Have a look at that. The moment it was tossed up, the umpire calls it a no ball, and one bounce into the fence he goes. A free hit coming up. So moves on to 75 with that boundary. Takes Sumod on to 24 of 20, and more importantly, he gets a chance of a free hit. Let's see how does he make of it. As Farid, it's not a big turn of the ball. He's just trying to loop it in the air, so he'll fancy his chance. It's a wide, probably. Wait for the umpire's signal. It wouldn't have mattered even if Varun had collected the ball and broken the stumps, because it's a free hit. So it was the under edge which goes away from the batsman as well as the wicket keeper. Score moves on to 76. Fawad on strike. Plays a cross batted shot and chance for the bowler. He misses that one. It wasn't a catch that he should have gone for. Varun was better equipped to go for that catch, but unfortunately Varun decided to run down the wrong side of the wicket. Fawad playing across the line and playing it in the air. Now this time maneuvers himself, plays it towards the vacant long leg region for 4. So the pressure being released by Nasco. This game's swinging like a pendulum. Runs being leaked and wickets being taken as well. Have a look at it. It's quite slow. All the time in the world. Picks his spot and sends us towards the vacant long leg region for 4 more. 80 for 4. 73 more needed of 11.3 overs. Farid, expensive 19 runs, 1 wicket. Could have got another one had he held on to that of his own bowling, but not to be. As Fawad goes onto the back foot, plays it straight to the man at short cover. Faisal there keeps it down to a dot ball. So Fawad now 4 of 4 with 1 boundary. Another one, but going down leg side, not going to be given out. Fawad moving around in the crease, but had he played it more towards the mid wicket or long cow corner, he could have got some bat onto it, but since he tried to play towards the square leg, he got squared up and ended up missing that foolish delivery. As Fawad comes in to bowl the last ball and again bowls down the wrong line, and Fawad sends this again towards the long leg boundary for 4 more. 84 for 4 at the end of 9 overs. He's quite slow, so Fawad can move around in the crease and this time helps its way towards the long leg boundary. Couple of bounces into the fence he goes. Over number 10, Faisal to bowl. Sumod goes onto the back foot, plays it towards point. They complete one, and Farid was quite slow. He couldn't stop the double, so keeps Sumod the strike. Takes the score on to 86. This time comes across and plays it towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there. And a single added to the total. Takes the score on to 87. Fawad too going for the sweep. Man at square leg misses that one, but the man at mid wicket coming around to his right does the fielding, keeps it down to a single, takes the score on to 88. One more run added, takes the score on to 89. 5 runs of this over so far with a couple of balls to go. Wild swing across the line. No run there. Last ball, full toss, plays it towards the man at wide long off. Shabir unable to cut it off. Ends the over with a boundary. 10 overs completed, 93 for 4. Fawad batting 13 of 9 with 3 boundaries. Sumod batting 29 or 24 as he turned to the drinks break. And after the drinks break, Emirates Insurance need another 60 runs of the last 10 overs that run a ball. And Faisal 13 for 1 in his 2 overs. Back again in the second half of the innings. Shabir coming in for his second spell. He went for 23 in the first 2 overs that he bowled. Starts off by giving away a single. Sumod now reaching 30 of 25. And Fawad batting 13 of 9. Captain Biju giving the ball to Shabir, asking him to look for wickets. That's the only way they can stop Emirates Insurance. Bowling wides and extra, giving away extras is not going to help their cause. Takes another run on the board. Takes the score on to 95. Fawad playing this towards the deep point region and the ball racing away to the boundary. A lot of spaces on the offside. He needs to stack his fielders on one side, bowl on that side. Have a look at that. Opens the face of the bat with the slow, slight bit of deviation. The ball is going away towards the point boundary for 4. And Fawad is playing a good knockout here for his side. He's taken 4 boundaries to his credit with 17 of 10 balls. Taking the burden of the side at the moment and making sure Sumod is not under pressure. He can continue to anchor the innings. This time plays it towards the man at the short mid wicket and straight in and straight out of the hands. They badly needed to get this man back into the hut, and in the end gives away a single. The 100 comes up, 100 for 4 in 10.3, run rate of 9.52. Drop catch. Sumo drives this one towards the man at extra cover. There's a fielder there. Single. Takes the score on to 101. Have a look at the drop catch. Shabir just slowing that one up. He chips it in the air. The man at short mid wicket stationed. Takes it in front of his face. That was the reason where he missed out. His eyes got blocked because of the ball, because the hands keep being in that area, and ends up dropping that one. At the moment, score 102 for 4 of 10.5 overs. Sumod on strike, 31 of 26. Down the ground, plays it towards the man at long off. Faisal, the fielder there. A single to end the over. 11 completed, 103 for 4. now of 28 balls. Two more runs to the total takes the score on to 110. Much better ball, comes down the wicket, shortens the length up, and Sumodh quite cannily plays it down towards long off for a signal, gets off strike, takes the score on to 111. 42 more of the remaining 8.3 overs. Slow one, Fawad plays it towards the cover boundary, there's no fielder there, so 4 more runs. Takes the score on to 115. Same, trying the slower one, but way outside the off stump. He plants his foot across, plays it towards the cover region. There's no fielder there, and quite a bit of open spaces. Takes the score to 115. Down leg side, and we'll wait for the umpire signal. It's been called a dot ball. Score remains on 115. Last ball of the over. Chips this one towards long on. Gets a single for that. Twelve overs gone. 116 for 4. उसमें एक आध विकेट गया तो और लंबा जाएगा. Over number 13, Faisal to continue. Moves across the line, asking for a wide, but since he had moved across, the wide line moves along with that. Dot ball to start. A few more dot balls and try to get the pressure. More so if he can get a wicket. Another dot ball. Faisal enticing Fawad to play the big shot. He's trying that. He's got 24 of 17. . Again, going for the big one, missing that one. Now this is where it gets a bit interesting. The moment you start stringing a few dot balls, something's got to give in. And Fawad is just trying the big ones all the time. He's not ready to take the singles. This time he gets a single, gives Sumod the strike. 1 run coming of 4 balls. Score moves on to 117. Short ball, plays it towards mid wicket. Biju, the fielder there, stops it with his boot, comes back to keep it down to 2 more runs. Sumod playing a much more sensible innings out there, knowing that he needs to anchor this innings. Nasco need a wicket or 2 here just to set the cat amongst the pigeons, just to create a bit of panic. But this one's not going to help. The moment you bowl down leg side, there is no fielder there. The fielder has to run quite a bit to his right, but by the time he comes back, they take another couple of more runs. Takes the score on to 1-2-1 at the end of 13 overs. 32 more needed of the remaining 7 overs at 4.57. Sandeep comes into bowl. Over number 14. Fawad on strike. Wrapped on the pads, and the umpire gives him out. And Sandeep comes in and makes an impact right away. Fawad caught on the crease and right in front of the stumps. He was always going to be a candidate if the ball goes onto the stumps. And this chase is far from over. Fawad out. Have a look at that. Tossing it up, moves up forward, moves, and then trying to play across the line, and it was always going to hit the stumps. 121 for 5. The man out, Fawad. Brings the left-hander to the center. Fawad out LBW to Sandeep for 25 of 20 balls with 5 boundaries. Jai Vikram comes into the center, the left-hander. It's going at the rate of 9.19 per over. Sandeep, bowling to Jay, plays it in the air towards the long on area, falls short of the man at long on. A single to Jay takes the score on to 122.
कॉमेडी चल रही है 5% आगे कॉमेडी चल रही थी
Sumo takes it on the full, plays it towards the vacant deep mid wicket area for 4. Takes the score on to 126. He takes him on to 47. Sandeep bowling it slightly slow and comes onto the bat quite nicely. And Sumo just picking his spot and sending it into the mid wicket boundary for 4 more. This time onto the back foot, cuts this towards the man at point. No run there. 5 runs coming on the first 4 balls. Fifth ball of the over, 126 for 5. 27 more needed of 38 balls. Current run rate 9.22 required, 4.26 as he bowls a leg spinner in the air but beats the man at point. The man at deep cover coming down to his left and keeps it down to 2 more runs. Takes the score to 128. Last ball of the over coming up, 49 of 35 for Sumod. Asking for another one but missed that one. End of the over. 7 runs and a wicket coming off it. 14 gone, 128 for 5. 25 more of the remaining 6 overs. Faisal to bowl his last over. He's given away 18 runs and got 1 wicket in the 3 overs that he's bowled. His captain will be dearly looking for him to get a wicket or 2 here. All Emirates Insurance needs to do is bat out these 20 overs and they'll get this remaining 25 as he starts off with a wide, trying to bowl it across the left-hander. With the left-hander around, he should try to bowl the off-spinner, keep it on middle and off, take it away from the hitting arc. As Vic Jay plays it in the air towards the man at mid-wicket, cow corner rather, and the catch is dropped. So another catch going down. We've seen earlier in the day when Salama played Munich Ray, how those drop catches hurt them. Now Gaurav dropping one. Takes the score on to 130. Brings Sumod on to strike. Cuts this one into the pitch, takes a single, takes him on to 50. 50 with 5 boundaries for Sumod of 37 balls. Raises his bat to his side. He's shepherded this team and close to victory now. They need another 22 more. And ideally he will want to stay till the end to see his side through without any more casualties. Jay this time takes it on the full towards the cow corner area, and this time well over the fielder at cow corner for a maximum. Takes the score on to 137. 16 more runs needed. Replay देखा replay. Jay this time again goes across, plays it into the mid wicket area, takes a single for that. Takes the score on to 138. Have a look at that 6 that he played over cow corner. Tossed up all the time in the world. Launches it into the orbit over the cow corner area for 6. 138 for 5. Last ball of the over coming up. This time sweeps it from outside the off stump towards the man at square leg. A single to end the over. 139 for 5. 14 more with a ball to spare. Jay batting on 9 of 4 with that maximum to his credit. Goes on to the back foot and plays it towards the wide of long on. A single to end the over. 140 for 5 at the rate of 9.33, needing another 13 of the remaining 5 at 2.60 are the Emirates Insurance against Nasco in the Challengers Battle of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 12. The captain bringing himself on, probably the last throw of the die for him, trying to get a wicket or two and just try to see if they can make a match out of it. At the moment, Emirates Insurance are in full flow as Jay this time sends the first ball over long on for a maximum. Trying to hurry this chase down. Have a look at it. The moment it was pitched up to him, he just sends this over the long on boundary for 6 more. The happy Emirates Insurance players out there needing another 7 more runs. Nearly York himself up a dot ball. This time slower one and picks the bones out of it. Another maximum takes the score on to 152, and the scores are level, just a single. Standing slightly deep into his crease, slow one, and Jay just playing it from the sweet spot of the bat. Again, this one's in the air, over the long on boundary for 4, and that ends the contest, winning by 5 wickets with in 15.4 overs, 4.2 overs left in the innings. But this game's done and concluded. Emirates Insurance winning by 5 wickets, riding on the back of a half century from Sumod, and then Jay coming and giving the impetus into the innings that they were looking for, and hurriedly finish off this contest. Have a look at the scorecard. Chasing 153. They lost 2 early wickets. Sai Prasad was the first to go, caught by Gaurav off the bowling of Shabir for 1. Tahir was bowled by Darrell for 10 of 6 with 2 boundaries. Sumod Shankar anchoring this innings with 51 of 38. Hamza Omer giving him partnership when they needed most, 24 of 15. He was bowled by Farid. Mohammad Haider didn't last long. LBW Faisal for 4 of 5. Fawad Rafiq played a quick fire 25 of 20 with 5 boundaries, and then the innings that propelled them to the final score, Jai Vikram 26 of 9 with 3 maximums and a boundary, 15 extras in the innings, winning by 5 wickets and 4.2 overs to spare. Have a look at the bowling card. Seven bowlers used. Shabir 3 overs 33 runs, 1 wicket, expensive. Darrell 3 overs 24 runs, 1 wicket. Biju 1.4 overs 22 runs for no wicket. Gaurav Achani 1 over 14 runs, no wicket. Farid Sheikh 2 overs 23 runs, 1 wicket. Faisal Haq 4 overs 30 runs, 1 wicket. And Sandeep 1 over 7 runs, 1 wicket. The fall of wickets, first wicket fell at the score of 11, second at 13, then at 62, the fourth one at 69, and the fifth one at 121. And the final result, Emirates Insurance winning by 5 wickets. We'll get into the presentation soon. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the presentations of this Challengers battle between Nasco and Emirates Insurance. Emirates Insurance winning by 5 wickets with 5.4 overs to spare. We have the Nasco captain Biju here with us. Biju, 152 not enough when you went into field?
Yeah, I believe we lost our momentum. We had a good start, and towards the end, we lost our momentum, and we didn't get as many runs as we would have liked to get. So I think, in hindsight, it was definitely a lot less than what we wanted.
You were in the hunt, you leaked runs, but you still managed to get a few wickets to keep them under check. Probably a wicket, a couple of wickets more, and then probably could have made a better match of this.
Yeah, definitely. We had a few drop catches also, but this has been our problem throughout the season. We've been leaking runs in the after 10 overs, so it's something we'll hopefully fix in the next 2 games.
Anyway, all the best. One more game to go, a chance to make it to the finals. We hope to see a better show from you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we have Prasad from the winning captain from Emirates Insurance coming forward. Prasad, a few boxes ticked with this victory.
Well, yes, winning always feels good, but I think we still have top order not firing, and we still have a lot of misfields going. So I thought could restrict them to 120, 130, but I think we gave 30 runs more. So we put pressure on ourselves, and I think we lost a couple of wickets. Runs are not coming from my bat, and also one of the top order batsmen. So I think we need to pull our socks there.
A message to the boys going into the last league, knowing that another victory will guarantee you a place in the finals.
Yeah, it's virtual knockout, isn't it? Semi-final, so we have to win that and go through. So nothing negative about it. We just go and try to win that.
Anyway, thank you much. Many congratulations and all the best for your last game. That concludes our presentation for the Challenger Series at the Insurance Cricket Club. This is signing off. Thank you.